Hello, this is Peter Chapsky. I'm going to talk about the Oscar eForm generator. It's been available in Oscar since around 2011 or so, and is available in all Oscar versions and many of the forks. To access it, you access your schedule page, you go to administration. That loads up a page that looks like this or not. They look very different in different versions of Oscar. Then you go create eForm. You have the options in this version of Oscar: create an editor, visual eForm editor, and eForm generator. You click on eForm generator, and you get to this, which is pretty much the same as it looked in 2011. Let's expand all the options. We'll choose an image. Doesn't really matter what we pick, but let's pick this one. We load it, and there we go. Took a little bit of time. Application for special dive for Ontario. Doesn't really matter what it is. There are a couple of settings that you should know that are newish to some of the versions that you may not have seen before. There's a snap to grid. 0 is off, and 6 will snap to 6 pixels of a given spot. So if you're, for example, if you're adding Xboxes, for example, and we want to click one here for self, click another one for self, and you see if we're not too far off, it'll line up vertically or horizontally depending on how close they are to each other. So we don't have to be that specific, and that's quite helpful for the snap to grid feature here. Usually want to name the eForm, so SDA. We ask in terms of if there's any sort of gender X boxes or gender check boxes that we want. So if there's a gender element here, if there was, for example, we wanted to use gender X boxes, we would say, we would click here for male, and then we will click here for female, and those would automatically fill if it's male or female. Obviously, other would be another story, which you'd have to manually deal with. Signatures, we can certainly use signatures, and what we'll do is we'll add a classic signature box here. And so we'll actually just use a standard stamped signature as documented in the in Oscar Galaxy. Usually in a consult sig xxx.png, where xxx is the Oscar provider number, and those are in the same directory as the eForm images. So we'll click here, and then we'll draw where we want the signature to apply. We're just going to go a little bit below the line to look as if it was actually signed by pen. And this will just show the image stamp there. Then we usually will go on to inputs as needed. And for example, we often go from the Oscar database. So let's say we want the applicant information, which is the last name. So we'll want to go with the patient last name, patient name L. And then what we do is we draw the input. So we click down, and then we just drag, and that's the last name. Now, of course, we'll need the first name as well. And then we'll do that in analogous fashion. And again, if we're relatively close, it will be at the same level Won't be necessarily the same size, but it'll be close. So we can keep going through there. There are other options. We can add in measurements. We can format the input box. Each widget needs a separate name. This will be done automatically, or you can add a custom one if you like. And there we go. So the other thing, of course, is to see if we want to move these items or adjust them. And that can be done. It's fairly simple. You just click on what you want. And so you go click on the first three, which are the first three checkboxes we did. And we could just nudge them left a little bit. Or, no, I don't like that. We'll nudge them right. Maybe we'll nudge them down. And that will be sort of more where we want them to be. After all that is said and done, we have a number of miscellaneous options. Most of the time we'll use a date validator if we're using a signature. So let's put in it. Then we can talk about faxes. So we could include a fax automatically at 555 123 1234. And then at that point, that means the fax option will be automatically set to that fax number. If you do that, PDF print, if you want a PDF availability. And then you also have the option of setting up a tickler when this form is submitted. So we'll have a normal priority assigned to the patient's MRP. It's due in 6 weeks. Let's make it in 1 week. And tickler message would be, you can leave it blank, which will check for results of whatever the subject is, ordered and the date when you submitted the form, or you can say is check it. Okay. And then what we can do is we just simply load the HTML into a new window, which will load this all this code that you've just generated with the eForm generator. And then you'll have the option of saving it as your new eForm. Hope that's a brief overview. If you look at the link we've timed out, you'll have an option to see it in the eForm generator Oscar Galaxy, and there you have all the details and then some of eForm generator 7.4. So that's Oscar Galaxy, and then just look for eForm generator. That's it. Have a good day.